All you ladies pop your pussy like this. Shake your body, don't stop, don't miss. All you ladies pop your
Do you want me to play us in? And you can like fade into the show.
You can do whatever you like with that guitar. That's what we need, an intro. We need a D5. It's D5 K-Stats intro. I think it's in tune.
Yeah, it is.
You're going to sing as well?
No.
Go on. I'll sing. I'll make up lyrics.
What song should be our intro song?
Don't know. Something that I'm not going to get done for copyright on. Is there a song called I Hate Alec?
We can make one.
Yeah, we should.
I feel like the Grelka Republic, it's not like, you don't need like a happy song.
Nah,
we're miserable.
We are so miserable. Oh, all minor chords there.
Yeah, of course.
I hate Alec. He doesn't turn up. He's busy. I can't believe someone employed that peanut.
Oh, no, dude.
Imagine working
What
with
does
him
he do
every
at
day.
work?
Oh, he does nothing. It's like me. Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
What's it called? Yeah, that's our intro, by the way. My Hero by Foo Fighters. Well, I mean, if his work on the podcast is a testament to what he does at work.
Oh,
to his real job.
What a
He doesn't even
liability.
turn up to his fucking real job.
Hey, I was thinking, and I can't get this out of my head now. If someone gets done for being a drug cheat, like say TJ Dillashaw, I was thinking about, do you think that the same as what happened with Lance Armstrong getting stripped of everything, do you think if you get done, you should be stripped of any belts? But in history, you're not ever known as the champion because it's almost like there was no champion for this period of time.
Oh, as in like they just take away your former champion status altogether.
And all of your previous fights turn to a no contest that you won.
Fuck.
I think that's fair. I honestly think that's fair. Because you look, TJ's the main one. Yeah. And I was a fan of TJ. I liked him. I thought he was going to...
win the strap again.
I thought he was going to beat Aljamain. But I think TJ ruined Galbraith's career. Yeah. I think after two bad knockouts, he was never the same.
I agree.
He fought Pedro Munoz after him, and he would not, if he was still the champ, he would not have fought that way. He would have not have been that reckless.
Absolutely.
And look at Henan Barao, absolutely unstoppable, and then went 2 5-rounders and got knocked out. Got knocked out in the 5th both time, didn't he? Did he? Did I get that wrong?
I don't remember what round it was. I feel like one of them was fairly early.
In the 4th. So he beat him in the 5th and the 4th. But that's 9 rounds of copping a flogging from TJ. Yeah. And since then, what has Barao done? He was fighting on the undercard. Jesus, look at that. So he was 32-1, and since then, he's gone 2-7.
Yeah. Jeez, man. What's TJ?
That is
Stevens.
He was fighting Luke Sanders. Like, he was fighting on an undercard.
When was his... 2019.
Yeah, he's retired after that.
Yeah.
But look who he's losing to. I mean, Kelleher and Andre Ullin, so they're okay, horrible, but they're not. They're not. He was the champ. He was an unbeatable champ.
Yeah, like if you keep scrolling down, like it's all W's.
Look at that.
Fuck.
Faber. And he dominated. Like he dominated Faber.
Yep.
I think that there should be some larger penalty. If you've been done for drugs, I think you should be. I know it's a money thing, but I think all of your time as champion should be revoked, and I think that you should have all your wins turned to a no contest.
I agree. The only thing though is like if we're using TJ as an example, like how many people, even with USADA around, are still managing to like jump on some sort of PED and dodge USADA, you know, because they're definitely still around. Like as early as fucking Yoel Romero, like I was definitely on roids. I don't know. It's like you could do that, but then it's like, what about the people that are doing it but getting away with it?
I think if you can afford it, if you can afford the top stuff, the latest stuff, I think you can get away with it.
Probably.
But if you go to the Olympics and you go, well, if I win a medal, I'm definitely getting tested, then you wouldn't even risk it.
Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know. I mean, the sentiment of like, wow, you were on drugs this whole time. Yeah, you should definitely be stripped, and everything should turn into a no contest. Especially in the
Don't mention this name. Don't mention this person's name.
won't.
Okay.
Especially in the context of like what he did to Cody Garbrandt. Like he did ruin Cody, even though he got a good win on the weekend. But yeah, like you've ruined someone else's career because you were on the juice.
Yeah.
You know, like that's not fair.
But that wasn't. I mean, that was a good win that Cody had, but it wasn't a great win. It wasn't like a top 5. Now he's a contender.
Yeah.
And he beat Dominic Cruz in his prime.
Yeah.
He took the belt off Cruz.
I wish I remembered the YouTuber's name because I'd give him a shout out. Not that we, yeah.
Give
not
him
that
a
it
shout
would
out. DK5 Stats.
DK5 Stats. I watched a whole documentary the other day. It's like 40 minutes long about Dominic Cruz. And just, dude, what a story, man. That guy's been through so much shit. And to get back to champion status after all those injuries. And after 4 years off, and like I did not realize how hectic his injuries were. Like,
he went for a long time without a fight.
Bad, and he's still fighting. They
It's
were
unbelievable.
bad injuries. And
He was so young when he was dominating WEC.
Yeah. And I didn't realize how deep his rivalry with Faber was.
Oh, yeah, they did not
hectic.
like each other,
Yeah.
did they? I think Faber gave Dominic his first loss, didn't he?
Yep.
That's right.
Yeah, and then Dominic took a few more fights and he won, and then he got his first injury, I think. Came back, fought for the title with Faber. I think this is correct. And Faber was just not expecting the new and improved Dominic that he fought previously. Yeah, it's crazy. Anyway.
It's how people get around positive tests. This person here, I'm not going to put a photo and I'm not going to mention this person's name.
Yeah, fair.
But this person actually said to someone who said to me, how this person actually got around it was part of the surprise testing they had with this particular person in their sport was they'd just rock up to training and then they'd catch them. Anyway, they can't. There's some rule in Australia with the doping. I don't know whether this is right. I hope it is. But you can turn up, but you can't interfere with if they're training. You can't stop training and get them in there. You have to wait. But anyway, so this person in particular used to, they used to see him obviously come in because you could see, they knew who the people were. This person used to straight away jump in the pool. Right, and start walking up and down in the pool. And in that time, they would drink 5-6 litres of water while they're doing and peeing in the pool, right? And would walk just slowly could be any pace you want, like maybe walk for up to 2 hours and have consumed that much water that everything is so diluted when this person got out of the pool and peed, was basically peeing Mount Franklin and got away with it.
Do you think, like, surely the doping team were like, well, we're going to stick around. Like, that's dodgy. Like, they know, like, if your piss is diluted to a certain extent, like, it's not going to come up with particular stuff. So it's like, I don't know. Surely they just that's a bit dodgy.
Yeah, but that's what, and that happened on numerous occasions.
To be fair, this was a while ago, so they probably didn't know as much back then.
Yeah, but I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if they're still doing it now.
Yeah, probably.
If that's a loophole, geez, I'd use it if I was on the gear.
Oh god, yeah. Well, it's like even in like the UFC, like if everyone's on steroids, you'd be stupid not to get on steroids, like because they have a significant advantage. But even going back to what I was saying about like how many people are still doing it and getting away with it somehow, with like the whole thing of getting stripped of like every fight being a no contest if you test positive. Yeah. In saying that, I agree. I think they should just do that anyway, regardless of whoever else is getting away with it, because it sets like a really strict sort of standard.
Yeah.
And it will make people shit themselves, So.
What about John Jones?
Well, apparently I haven't looked into it, but
did they overturn it?
I think they did overturn it, but like. All I've heard is what he said. I don't know what the actual specifics are, Yeah. And this whole GOAT thing now is like, I don't know what to think.
That is delusional. And what do they call it? The McGregor loophole, where you retire, go out. That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. You fight and then you go, all right, I'm retiring. And then you have, say, 9 months of hard use.
Yeah.
and you get jacked, and then you clean yourself or do whatever they do with the diuretics to get it through you, and then go back in the testing pool.
Yeah.
There's not. I mean, who was I? I was actually looking at the fighters today. It was Nunes. Like Nunes hasn't fought in nearly a year, and a lot of these fighters, they can go 12 months, no dramas without fighting.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. It's a loophole.
Yeah, I think so. But the thing is, though, is like, you know, the whole thing of PEDs is you feel good for as long as you cycle, right? But then obviously you can't cycle for too long. I mean, I guess it depends on what PEDs you're taking, but you can't cycle for too long because then you're going to actually ruin your body. So then they stop after a certain amount of time, and then they jump back on it eventually, right? After a certain amount of time. With like Connor's loophole or whatever, so what? He's cycling, like he retires, starts cycling because he's out of the USADA pool. Then he's going to like feel like shit for so long. Does he wait till after he stops feeling like shit to get back into the testing pool? Because like at that point, you're kind of just using the roids to put on that extra muscle to go up a weight class rather than your performance actually being better.
I think it's for injury.
Oh, and that as well. I forgot about that. Yeah, true.
Because after that broken leg, they would have been pumping his leg full of everything, wouldn't they?
Yeah. I wonder if that titanium rod is actually going to make a difference in fights now.
Has he got one in his leg?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like, imagine getting head kicks with that. Like, I don't know.
I know it is harder than bone, but bone's pretty hard.
Yeah. Like, surely it wouldn't make that much of a difference.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I know the old metal Muay Thai cups that some of the fighters used to wear.
Yeah.
Dominic Cruz used to wear those, I think.
Did he?
I think at the start, yeah. And they said they're quite uncomfortable, but if you kick it, you're going to break toes.
Yeah.
I got a nut shot coming up here as well. I got some footage of one of the worst nut shots I've ever seen.
Oh, yes. Let's go.
Should we get into this?
Let's do it.